Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want also to agree with the leader of minority on what he has said. And Honorable Speaker, if you look at our Constitution, anybody who engages in utterances that are against national values, that are against the national interests, anybody who makes utterances that appear to divide this country along how people voted, the tribal lines, those are grounds for impeachment, Honorable Speaker. I want to make it clear here, Honorable Speaker, that the utterances by the governor of Nyeri on what he said is clearly true, that that man is not fit to hold office, and I want to call upon ESTC to begin the process of removing him from office, because every Kenyan requires development. Wherever you come from in this country is not a criminal offense. The tribe that you are is not a criminal offense, and the governor for Nyeri is not fit to hold public office, and the grounds for removing him should begin immediately today. They even ought to have begun yesterday, Honorable Speaker. I support.
Members, I don't want us to escalate this. I want us to... Yes, Farah Malim, I see you...
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Agitated.
I want to support the majority leader in his statements. Mr. Speaker, me and you have been around for the longest. And you remember how the problems in DRC started when Mobutu Sese Seko was the president. He tried to victimize a small minority who are pastoralists called Banyamulenge. Banyamulenge. And there were hardly 1 million of them in a nation of over 60 million. They took up arms because nobody would accept to be a second-class citizen in his own country. DRC has never seen peace since then. It doesn't matter how big your numbers are. If the smallest community in Kenya decides I'm having a road deal and I'm going to destroy this country, they have the capacity to do it. Let us keep our unity as a nation. We have the most beautiful country in the world. The diversity is our strength. It's not supposed to be our weakness. When a very senior government official says all politics is local, what are you talking about? And you want to be the president of this country? Who is going to allow you to be the president of this country? Because you're basically saying that I will only take care of my small village up there. Honorable Ichung'wah, you have done us proud, and many like you. Let us keep the unity of this country for God's sake and not listen. And the National Cohesion and Integration Commission should be doing its job. It should be doing its job very well. We went close to having a collapsed stadium, Mr. Speaker, in 2007. Me and you were in the parliament that time. 2008. We avoided that calamity and complete dissolution of the Kenya government because many people came from all over the world to come and assist us. We have to learn from the mistakes we made in the past and never try and do it again. We've seen what happened in Rwanda. They tried to eliminate completely a small minority of Tutsis who are 15%. But they came back and they're ruling that country for 30 years and they'll rule for another 50 years. Nobody gives you a guarantee because you have the numbers that you're going to take over a country. No. Let us protect our unity.
Honorable members, will stop here. I want to laud the majority and minority leaders for displaying patriotic thinking, and members out there. Order. Order, Kasheri. Kasheri, take your seat. Members out there, it is not a Nyeri problem, it's an individual. And Mukami has said as much. Members out there, whether you're a governor or whoever you are, members who are displaying grandiose paranoia in the conduct of their public affairs will be called to order. They will be called to order. And this House has unlimited authority through your committees to summon any such errant characters, whoever they are, and tell them that as a House of the representatives of the people of Kenya, you will not sit and watch any reckless conduct that can bring disorder in this country. And I salute you, majority and minority leaders. Lead the House in the manner you have shown and call out anybody who is errant in their conduct. Thank you. Yes, member for Kahawa.
Mr. Speaker, you know, Norwaraka. Mr. Speaker, in as much as this is music to my ear, but we are slowly digressing from the business of the House. I have heard names being made here. And Mr. Speaker, you are the biggest advocate of protection that persons must not be named here adversely without a substantive motion. That side has a majority, supermajority, so they say. There is nothing that stops them from dragging that Gachietha here so that they can impeach him. They can impeach him so easily by bringing him here and vote against him. So why should we divert from business of this House and enter into some charade and hypocrisy and politics instead of doing business which is before us? We know what you people are saying. We know the politics you are doing. But we also have our politics. We don't want to turn this place into a political arena. We know that this matter has been choreographed. Who doesn't know that?
Order, Honorable Kajwang. Order. Yes, that is Atandi.
Honorable Speaker, I didn't want to enter into this conversation, but Honorable Speaker, let the truth be said. The governor of Nyeri did not say anything out of this world. The governor of Nyeri was simply saying that there is no equity in sharing of national cake, and that's a fact. That when you look at the budget we have just passed here, so many sections of this country are not receiving projects. And the governor of Nyeri, as a leader elected by Nyeri residents, must fight for the welfare of Nyeri residents. So, Honorable Speaker, I think let us stem this discussion. The national cake is not being shared equitably. Most parts of this country are not receiving resources. And I want to support him. Let us not be a government that preaches unity because it is favoring us. Because if there is chaos, people who are stealing will not steal. You don't steal in chaos. You steal when there is unity. So we don't want this conversation about unity because we need unity and peace so that we can be able to steal in peace. Let us be genuine about unity. If you're talking about unity, let it be about genuine unity. You can't tell me that you are preaching unity here, but there's no development that is coming to my area. You can't tell me you want Kenyans to be united because the preaching you are giving us is for your good. So the Nyeri governor should not be discussed here, Honorable Speaker, unfairly. And I agree with him. The government must ensure equity in sharing of national cake so that all Kenyans can be happy and be peaceful and be united. You cannot be united in statements, in empty statements. Let us be united. Let us have real unity. Real unity is about how many resources, how much money is going to Siaya, vis-a-vis how much money is going to Kiambu. How much money is going to Washington vis-a-vis how much money is going to Kisumu. That is the unity that I want to hear about, not unity, empty statements about unity. I support the Nyeri governor. Thank you.
Yes, Osoro. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, what is happening today or in the recent past started like a joke from what many considered as mere statements by very top leaders of this country. It started from statements like, the shareholders claiming that there are some communities that really did not contribute to the formation of this government, calling other people shareholders and other people traitors, and people kept quiet. But, Honorable Speaker, if this House keeps quiet, the trend this country is taking will take us back to 2007, 2008, if we are not careful. Because it started from one particular leader, then it went down to what we'll call his supporters, or he recruited some speakers or a mouthpiece to speak on his behalf. And the recent utterances, Honorable Speaker, really shocked the nation, where somebody is questioning on the division of the national cake, how it should actually be shared, that it should be shared on how people voted. I mean, this is shocking. What he did say is that if we go by that formula that he was proposing, then he should also propose that a certain section of people or a region should then not pay taxes. They should also not contribute to the national cake in terms of paying of taxes. That is exactly what the governor of Nyeri meant.